you also have a drive to help up and coming filmmakers try to break into it. Where did that come from? Because, the entertainment industry is kind of generalized by the outside people, the normies, as I like to call them, as self-centered, and everybody thinks we're, very self-absorbed and always thinking about our image and all these different things. But we all know that we're not like that. But where did that passion come from specifically to help up and comers, to break into it? Because it is very important to just take that first initial step, and not a lot of people know how. So where did that passion come from?
Yeah, I think maybe the root of that, which is something I have thought about lately, is just a lot of it probably comes from my upbringing.
Hmm.
Um, my parents are very, very giving people, like very giving without expectation of anything in return kind of people. And I was really fortunate to, be in like girl groups and like, after school programs that were really centered around exactly what you're saying that I do, centered around advocating for young women and young Black girls. And so I think I grew up a lot around that. And then more specifically in terms of the business, once I realized that I needed to say out loud like the things that I wanted to do and that there was real value in that and importance in that, that I think is when it started to click a little bit more, I could help and be of service, And so at that point, once I started saying out loud, I'm really curious about producing, I'm curious. And then eventually being like, what, actually, like, I would love to direct, uh, in addition to acting, that would be really an exceptional experience. I think once that started to happen, I started getting opportunities that people were handing to me. I started, and I was willing, I was down. Like, I'm like, listen, I'll go run coffee. I know that there was a project I worked on that I sat in the car for 2 hours to make sure we didn't get a parking ticket. You
Wow.
know, but honestly, like I was not mad about it.
No.
Right?
I was so grateful to be a part of that film and to be like, yeah, I sat in the car for 2 hours, but also we shot for like a number of days and I was on set watching people work. I worked as a
That's it.
stand-in on set. I worked as like head PA person or whatever on set, all of these things. And so it was really all these great experiences that people gifted me. Which really empowered me to make my own film. And I think throughout that whole process, like realizing that I could do that too, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the organizations that really inspired me is an organization called Made in Her Image.
Yep.
And
Mhm.
yeah, it's a nonprofit organization based here and in Arizona. And I was just, if you just read the work that organization does, it's really, really seriously inspiring, focusing on young women, girls, and non-binary youth of color and like teaching them and empowering them to make their way through and in the film and media industry. So, I think this is a long ass answer.
No, it's good.
We're here
But
for
I
it.
think my upbringing really supports that. And
Mhm.
I've been so blessed that there's no way that I couldn't do that.